Hello and welcome back to Auto Update Zone, your go-to place for detailed car reviews and the latest in automotive news. Today we're taking a close look at the 2026 Mazda Mach-E 3, a compact car that blends refined styling, premium cabin touches and spirited driving dynamics. Whether you're in the market for a fun hatch or a stylish sedan, this Mazda aims to deliver. So let's dive in and explore what the 2026 Mazda Mach-E 3 has to offer. First, let's check out the front of the Mazda Mach-E 3. The styling continues Mazda's Kodo, a soul of motion design language, which gives the car a sense of movement even when it's standing still. On the 2026 model, the front fascia features a clean, sculpted grille, slender headlights and crisp character lines flowing into the bonnet and bodywork. According to Mazda's official page, the 2026 Mazda Mach-E 3 hatchback emphasizes inspiring exterior design, a broken bar striking curves and angles. The hood slopes gently down to the grille, and the headlight units are sleek and modern. LED lighting is standard in many markets. The lower front bumper features subtle but sporty sculpting, with air intakes and optional black alloy wheels adding a performance-flavored look. Overall, the front appearance gives a premium impression. Reviewers have noted that even the base trim of the Mazda Mach-E 3 feels upscale. From a practical standpoint, the visibility from the front is good, and the design doesn't feel overly aggressive, yet it still stands out in a road full of compact sedans. For your camera shots, you'll want to show a low front 3/4 view, a head-on shot of the grille and headlights, and a detail of the front bumper, wheel arch area. Now let's walk along the side profile of the Mazda Mach-E 3. The proportions remain sporty, the roofline is sweeping, especially on the hatchback version, and the sedan version keeps a clean silhouette with subtle flair. Body lines are minimalist but purposeful. You will see a character line running along the doors and a nicely sculpted wheel arch at the front and rear. Mazda offers a range of wheel options on the 2026 model, including available 18-inch black alloy wheels for certain trims. The side mirrors are mounted on the doors, and the glass area gives a balanced view outward, although, as some reviewers have pointed out, rear seat headroom and legroom are a little tight when compared with some rivals. There's an optional sunroof, moonroof on higher trims, adding a premium feel. On certain hatch versions you'll also find more aggressive wheel, tire combinations, giving a slight performance edge. In terms of styling, the side view is elegant rather than overly flashy. It projects a sense of quality and design discipline. For your video, show a full side profile, then a low angle looking across the car to emphasize its length and stance, and finally a close-up of the wheels and wheel arch. Turning to the rear of the Mazda Mach-E 3, the design continues the premium language, a slim taillights, a clean tailgate, seam arrangement, and in the hatchback version a sporty roofline with a subtle spoiler. For the sedan, the rear styling is slightly more formal yet still in keeping with the rest of the car. On the hatchback version, cargo capacity is improved over the sedan thanks to the hatch layout. Reviewers note the extra flexibility this gives. The bumper has integrated reflectors and often dual exhaust outlets on higher trims, which give the rear a purposeful look. The Mazda script badging on the tail adds to the aesthetic. From a functional perspective, access to the boot or hatch is good, though rear seat space is somewhat limited, especially for taller adults. Some customers may find that the sloping roof slightly reduces headroom at the back. For your visuals, show a straight-on view of the rear, a 3/4 rear shot for stance, and a detail of the taillights. Exhaust design. Interior. Stepping inside the Mazda Mach-E 3, the cabin experience punches above its class. Reviewers frequently comment on the upscale materials and the refined ambience. The dashboard layout is clean and driver-centric. The center console flows naturally, controls are placed intuitively, and there's a sense of craftsmanship. The materials used feel more premium than many compact cars. The infotainment screen, in the 2026 model, offers integration with Apple CarPlay/Android Mach-E Auto, wireless charging, and an active driving display in some markets. Seating is comfortable up front, with good bolstering and support. On higher trims there are leather-trimmed seats, heated seats and driver's memory functions. The cabin is quiet and refinement is above average in class. That said, space in the back is slightly compromised. The legroom and headroom aren't class-leading. Cargo capacity. The hatchback gives you extra flexibility and volume, whereas the sedan version has a traditional trunk. Practicality is decent, though not the largest in its segment. Technology and safety. The Mazda Mach-E 3 includes standard driver assist features such as adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, etc. In fact, the 2026 model is listed by Motor Trend as a recipient of top safety picks. For your video content, open a door cabin walkthrough, close-ups of the dash, infotainment system, seating, materials, finishes, cargo, trunk space. Performance. Now for the performance section, always a highlight. The Mazda Mach-E 3 offers several powertrain options, depending on market and trim. According to Motor Trend, the base 2.5-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder produces about 191 Macron HP and 186 Macron feet of torque in the US spec. There's also a turbocharged 2.5-liter variant which in US bond with the active AWD delivers up to 250 Macron HP and 320 Macron feet of torque. That version accelerates from 0 to 60 Macron miles per hour in around 5.9 Macron seconds. Fuel economy for the BAS 2.5 FWD sedan, estimates are about 27 Macron mpg city, 37 Macron mpg highway, giving a good balance of performance and efficiency. With AWD, those numbers drop slightly. Driving dynamics. Reviewers highlight sharp handling, confident braking and a composed ride. The car doesn't lean heavily into hardcore sportiness, but offers a refined, engaging drive. Some caveats. The rear suspension uses a torsion beam setup in some versions rather than a multi-link independent arrangement, which could affect ride comfort or rear-end responsiveness compared to rivals. In everyday driving, this car will feel smooth, comfortable, and more upscale than the standard compact A. But if you're chasing extreme sport behavior, there are other cars geared more aggressively. In your video you can include start up of the engine, driving shots into the car view while driving, showing infotainment, handling feel, and if possible comparative acceleration. Let's talk pricing. For the US market, Motor Trend lists pricing for the 2026 Mazda Macron 3 starting at approximately $25,385 for the base sedan model and going up to about $36,985 for the higher trims including turbo hatch versions. On the official Mazda website, the 2026 Mazda Macron 3 hatchback lists a starting MSRP of about $25,550 for the 2.5 Macron S trim, with higher trims going into the lower $30,0 and the Turbo Premium Plus version around $37,890. Of course, in other markets local taxes, import duties, trim levels and options will shift the cost, so it's wise to check local pricing and availability. Value proposition. Given the premium feel of the cabin, strong driving dynamics, available AWD and turbo power, the Mazda Macron 3 offers compelling value. Some trade-offs exist, but if you value style and feel, this model delivers. So, wrapping up our review, the 2026 Mazda Macron 3 lives up to its name as a characterful compact car that goes beyond the basics. The exterior styling is elegant and expressive, the cabin impresses with materials and design, the performance is engaging, and the pricing is competitive given the content. That said, if you're primarily after rear seat comfort or maximum cargo space, you may want to compare rivals like the Honda Civic or Toyota Corolla, which may offer more room. For buyers who appreciate refined design, upscale feeling, driver engagement and want a compact that stands out, the Mazda Macron 3 is a strong recommendation.